The Iran-Iraq border is in the spotlight once again. The Kurdistan region is creating issues for the latter. Tehran has given a deadline to Baghdad, warning them to disarm Kurdish rebels in their territory. With border security at stake and infiltrations on the rise, what comes next for the Kurdish community? Here's a report.
Tehran has warned Baghdad to honor the border deal it signed in March, but Iraq's impending action hangs on a tight September 19th deadline.
According to a deal reached between the Iranian and Iraqi governments, the Iraqi government has pledged to disarm armed terrorist groups in Iraq and Iraqi Kurdistan by September 19th. After this deadline, if Iraq fails to meet its commitments, the Iranian government will assume its responsibility in order to ensure the country's security.
Earlier this year, the neighboring countries held a security meeting to address Iran's concerns. The Iraqi government had agreed to disarm the Kurdish rebel groups inside its territory, evacuate them from their bases, and shift them to government-monitored camps.
The Iraqi constitution, which clearly indicates that Iraqi territories cannot be used to attack neighboring countries. Therefore, our commitment to border security is related to Iraqi constitution. The strategic relationship between the kingdom and the countries of the BRICS group is reinforced by frameworks of common principles, the most prominent of which is the firm belief in the principle of respecting the sovereignty and independence of states, not interfering in their affairs, adhering to principles of international law, and settling disputes by peaceful means. The Iraqi constitution, which clearly indicates that Iraqi territories cannot be used to attack neighboring countries.
When it comes to decades of simmering tensions and sporadic conflict, the West Asian region has always been in the eye of a storm. Iran and its neighbor are no exception to a complex, often tense past, some of which has been mired in violence. While both nations have made efforts to surf the diplomatic waves, there remains among other issues a major thorn of contention: the Kurdish separatists. The Kurds are one of the world's largest communities without an independent state. They're also a sizable minority in both Iran and Iraq. For years now, Kurdish separatists have been fighting for an autonomous region of their own. And Iranian authorities have been trying to quash this rebellion, launching attacks on Kurdish opposition groups that have been long exiled. Iran's government has been opposed to the Kurdistan Workers' Party, which it views as a terrorist organization. But lately, the country has also accused the separatist factions of fueling protests last year. The protests had erupted after 22-year-old Iranian Kurdish woman Mahsa Amini suspiciously died in police custody. But why is the onus on Iraq to disarm the Kurdish rebellion? In 2005, Iraq granted constitutional recognition to Kurdish autonomy. This move marked a significant step towards greater self-governance for the Kurdish community. Geographically, the Kurdish region lies just along the border which Iraq shares with Iran. The geopolitical significance of the Kurdish region has raised concerns for Iran, fearing a wider conflict in the region.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.